Hi, this is Aaron at Classic Vacuum, here to talk to you about your Dyson vacuum. So your Dyson's lost suction, which it says they never lose suction, but sometimes they do. I'm going to tell you how to troubleshoot your Dyson in the case of it's lost suction. Maybe it's shut off in the middle of you using it. Maybe it's spitting debris out the front. Those all might mean it is clogged and has lost suction. So here's how to rectify that situation. First thing you want to do is look into your dirt cup. Most Dysons have a filter in the top of the cup. It's called a pre-filter. Not all. Some Dysons don't have a filter at all up here. This you want to wash. It might not even look that dirty, but make sure this is clean. If you don't have suction, check this filter. Next thing you want to check, this is very important. The number one reason for loss of suction, if there is no clog, is these screens in the dirt cup. They all have some type of screen, so we can hit this button here. They all have a release catch. You can remove the clear bin, and then you're left with this cyclone assembly. So definitely make sure that this is clean and free of lint. There is a model that has a thinner screen, and it gets caked real nasty with dirt. So if this is plugged up and air can't get through, it's going to be clogged. So if you've checked your dirt cup and you still have no suction, we'll continue on with the troubleshooting. We know our dirt cup's clean. The first thing we can do now is we can do a process of elimination. On Dysons, they transfer the suction between the floor head down here and the hose. So the hose is only on when the vacuum is upright. So do I have suction at the hose? And then next I can lay it down here, and do I hear a sound change? I will lose suction at the hose and I will gain suction at the head. So right there, that will let me go. So let's say I don't have suction here and I hear that sound whiny noise. At that point, on a lot of Dysons, it ends up being in the wand. So I will remove the wand just like I am using the machine. Once the wand is extended, we're going to have some type of clip, gray, purple, yellow clip. I'll push this button, releases the wand. The tightest point of the suction path on the Dyson vacuums is, oddly, the bottom part of the wand. So quarters, little bouncy balls, anything like that, this is the tightest point. So it might go in the top, but it will get stuck down here. So look through this, can you see light on the other side? If you can't, then unclog it. Again, you can flip it. One way to easily unclog this hose might be to flip it over, go the opposite direction, because if it went in, it can go out. You just flip it around there, cup it with your hand and make a good seal, and a lot of times that clog will go right through there. This wand is clear, so we're going to move on and see if this clog is in our hose. So I've checked the wand, no blockage there. Now I want to check the hose. I can kind of visually see, I might feel or see a bulge in the hose. So I want to remove the hose to check it. The hoses have a latch at the bottom, and they are almost always able to be accessed from behind the dirt cup. So we'll take off our dirt cup. We can see this gray clip. I'm going to press this clip with my finger to undo the clip while pulling on the hose. And as you can see, it was easily removed. I can now look through the hose. I see a blockage. Again, with the reverse suction, you may find that will help. But a lot of times, Dyson hose, there's not a good way to reverse it. So I might do this. If there was a clog in here, I may turn on the vacuum, put the dirt cup on, and rather than jamming a broom handle through it, which can damage your hose, let's say hypothetically I felt a clog right here. Again, the hose, when it is short, the inside gets smaller. When we stretch it out, the inside opens up more. So a lot of times you maybe had it stretched out when you were using it and the item got blocked, then you go to put it away and it clamps down on it. So if I felt a clog there, what I would do is I would stretch that area, and then you'll hear or see that clog will move. So then I just keep working it through, and eventually it'll get through the system into the end of the hose. The last place we can look, if we've checked our wand and we've checked our hose, is this area here. This area is called the changeover valve, and I'll try to demonstrate it. You'll be able to see that there is a valve here, and this is what changes your suction from the hose to the bare floor. So when I put the machine upright, this hose flips up to the hose area, and when I put it down to use it, the hose flips down and diverts the suction to the floor. Since we're only talking about a hose blockage right now, we just want to make sure that this hose is moving. It's not having anything jammed in it, and this area looks good as well. At that point, that is all the places you would have a clog. If you were wanting to check the floor head, we'll do that next. Going back to our troubleshooting step, we've troubleshooted that we have plenty of suction at the wand, but when I tip it back, I hear a tone change. It's shutting off when I'm using it, or it's spitting out debris out of the front. It must be clogged down at the cleaner head. So I'm going to show you how to do that next. So we've determined that our loss of suction is somewhere to do with the floor nozzle. The hose is fine, but we're spitting out debris out of the front. So most Dysons have a cleaner head that is easily removed. It could be gray or red, the clip. Remove the clip here, and the whole cleaner head can be removed. At this point, I can easily look in here. Do I have a blockage? You know, I can see there's nothing jammed in here, so it mustn't be this. Next thing, I can do a quick test. I could turn on the vacuum. Important point, it has to be wheels retracted. The suction is not going to be here until I lay it down. So if I lay it down, plug it in, do I have suction here? No, I don't. So I know it must be somewhere in here. At that point, they do make a clean out port. Some Dysons have a tiny screw there to remove this hose. Don't lose that screw. They charge an arm and a leg for it, and it won't stay clipped without it. Check this hose. Is it damaged? Is it full of a blockage? And then again, checking the changeover valve. Is it properly switching? Maybe there's a piece of something stuck in there preventing it from making that movement. Another area to check I didn't mention, because typically this is not the cause of a blockage. This will harm performance, but it typically won't make it completely clogged. Is this Hepa filter. They're typically now all in the ball shell. You remove this filter, make sure it's clean. You're supposed to wash this filter every time you wash your filter in the dirt cup. So again, we're just following our suction path to the motor, finding where the blockage is. Hopefully this video helped you out. If it didn't, call your local vacuum store or us. We're happy to help you as well. I can't tell you how many times we find pine needles in a vacuum in July. Here I'm filming this video in January, but if you have pine needles in your vacuum cleaner in July because you had a live tree, it's definitely probably haven't been sweeping for a while. So thanks again for watching, and I hope this helped.